The opening tip won by the Rockets as we're underway in Houston. Paul to Harden. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Clint Capella at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. And he misses that one free throw. Hornets at the controls of this one. To Miles Bridges. Kemba Walker matched up with Capella. Working hard on the glass.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Paul. To Harden. It's Paul for two. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Harden to Paul. Harden shakes free and hits.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Charlotte basketball. Walker to Nick Batum. Screen coming. Batum here against P.J. Tucker. Shot from the lane won't go. To Paul. Fareed. To Paul. To Capella. James Harden fires for two. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Harden to Capella. Chance for Chris Paul. Charlotte has the board. To Kemba Walker. Has a chance. Not that time. Now Paul with the basketball. Leads 5. To Capella. With a drop step. Not that time. Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Baseline drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Harden to Paul. From long range. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Walker to Batum. Kemba Walker picked up by Paul. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. To Paul. Capella. Here comes the screen. To Capella. Straight on look. Harden down to Fareed. With a drop step. From the painted area, won't go down. Walker with the basketball. 10-2 the score. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
To Miles Bridges with a drop step. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
Paul. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And stuffs it home.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Harden. Sizing up the defense. Harden. James Harden. 2 of 4 now. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Miles Bridges at the line. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Houston takes over. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Screen coming. Paul, pass to the rim. Can't miss those.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
To Miles Bridges. 4-3. Missed it. To P.J. Tucker. Deep left corner. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Harden hits the free throw. It's a three-point play. The Rockets extend their lead. Hornets have the basketball. Parker. Kaminsky against Tucker. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Nene to Harden. And the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Kid Gilchrist here against P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Off the iron. No good. Paul into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Parker. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First try at the line, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. Gordon with it. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Tucker with a shot that won't go. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. So the Rockets with the lead after one at Toyota Center. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Parker into the front court, down 11. Tony Parker, he's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Here's Paul, brings it up the floor. Goes to the left side. Gerald Green. Surveys the floor with a drop step to Harden. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there. Monk matched up with Harden. Can't connect.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Short jumper stays out. Paul across the timeline. It's a 9-point lead. Rebound snared by Kid Gilchrist. To Parker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jeremy Lamb at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To P.J. Tucker. And scores. Strong take.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Walker into the front court. Margins 8. Lamb here against Green. To Walker. Fires the three. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
To the outside. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Paul. No good. That's great defense. Across the timeline, it's Walker. 5-point game. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kemba Walker. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. And now Houston has the basketball. Tucker to Harden. Probing the defense. Harden. Off the mark. No good. To Fareed. Harden to Fareed. Harden to Paul. Beyond the arc for 3. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the 3.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Here comes the screen. Kemba Walker against Chris Paul. Gets a shot up off the mark. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Harden with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. To Paul. Harden. Rockets with 4 to shoot. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Eric Gordon, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Hornets right now in possession. Walker. Shot from the lane won't go. Gordon with it. Up 5. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Paul with it up top. Leads 5. To Harden. And a pass taken away by Charlotte. And finishes strong.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Harden to Fareed. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Walker with the basketball. They're down 3. And he's going to the free throw line.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Oh, yeah, 2 points.
For 3. Hornets snare the rebound. Walker into the front court. Down by 1. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Kemba Walker against Chris Paul. To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Second effort. Kenneth Faried sends it away. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried. And coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Miles Bridges. To Kemba Walker. Has a look. That's what you've come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. Leads just a point. To Faried. Cody Zeller. Tips it.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Missed a wide open look. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Harden buries it.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Charlotte with the basketball. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
With a drop step. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that fake is coming again later.
Clint Capella swats it. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. Time for some new personnel into the game. Parker. And he hits.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Straight on 3 at the buzzer. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Rockets don't have the advantage or the disadvantage after one half. The long-range shooting has been outstanding, and if they can keep it up, it's going to open up more things for them offensively. Have a look at the leading scorers. They've got this opportunity now at halftime to look at what has worked, reinforce it, and at the same time, figure out what needs to be improved. These are the guys getting buckets.
Game track. Assists.
We're seeing unselfish basketball in this matchup, with each team turning good shots into great shots. These squads really know how to let it flow.
Player of the half.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed.
All even to the first half of play as we get rolling once again here in the third quarter. Hornets at the controls of this one. Walker to Batum. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Paul into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. To Harden. Fareed to P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. P.J. Tucker at the line for 2 shots. A career 74% free throw shooter. Nope. First one does not go. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Curling inside. Clint Capella rejects it. That's his 3rd block this evening. Miles Bridges. To Nick Batum. The Hornets with 4 to shoot to Miles Bridges. Batum. Not that time. He missed it. Harden in possession. His guys now down by a point. Screen coming. Harden to Capella. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Clint Capella trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Charlotte basketball to Batum. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Marvin Williams snatching it out of the air. Into the front court, it's Walker. His group now down 2. To Nick Batum. Won't go down. Paul to Harden. Tucker to Paul. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up for Reed. To Capella around the perimeter. Chance for Paul. Gets a look. Can't hit. Top of the key to Harden. Down to 5 on the 24. To Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First one, count it. It's a second. One more coming. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Walker with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Paul to Harden. And the rebound taken down by Williams. Walker into the front court. 5-point game.
Let's go.
Doesn't get the bounce.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Rockets have the ball. Paul to Harden. Tucker to Harden. Fires the 3 with James Harden. Muscle memory. Gets it to go.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. The deficit is 6. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Clint Capella with a piece. 4th this contest. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
To Paul. Harden to Paul. Trying to cash in. That won't go. And it doesn't take a brain surgeon to know that was not a good shot. Clint Capella. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Not today.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Into the front court, it's Walker. The margin standing now at 7. Screen coming. Lamb matched up with Harden. Clint Capella blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Parker. Not that time. Gordon with it. His team up by 7. To Paul. Harden. To Paul. That's no good. Hornets have the basketball. Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Misses the first. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Paul. To P.J. Tucker. Knocks it down off the step back.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Hornets right now in possession. Short jumper misses. Tucker goes to the right side to P.J. Tucker. Shot clock winding down. Harden, turnaround, it's good.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
From long range. And the rebound by Nene. Paul into the front court. It's an 11-point game. 4-3. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Batum. Lamb matched up with Paul. Has a look. Can't connect. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Now a timeout from the Hornets coach as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Shot in the lane, won't go. Gets it in the left corner. Paul. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Nick Batum. From the outside, no good. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. It's been all Rockets. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes you never had a chance to even start.
To P.J. Tucker. Harden. He engulfed him that time. Parker with it. His guys down big. Batum to Parker. Lets it fly from long range. Can't get the bounce. To Harden. Gerald Green. Charlotte with the basketball to Parker. Shot from in close, no good. Paul across the timeline. His guys hold a commanding lead.
I got ball.
Here comes the screen. Paul to Capella. Clint Capella. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Parker to Batum. Screen coming. Batum matched up with Gerald Green. To Parker. Has a chance. Parker can't connect. To Paul. To Capella. With a drop step. The board to Kaminsky. Parker into the front court. Down a bundle. To Nick Batum. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Houston with the basketball. Harden to Capella. Takes stock of the floor. Gets it down to Capella. Yes! And a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Clint Capella at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. To Batum. Clint Capella able to recover with the block. Incredible. 6 tonight.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rivers with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Down to Fareed. Good. Off a spin.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And finishes strong.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Gerald Green. Austin Rivers. Fires the three. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers. Tough shot from downtown.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Not that time. Knocked loose. Cody Zeller matched up with Gerald Green. And he'll go to the foul line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Hornets at the controls of this one. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Walker. And that's rebounded by Rivers.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
To Capella. Scores from the post.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Walker with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Has a look. Oh, he was wide open. And it's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers lobs it up. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Cody Zeller. Rockets get it back. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Down to 5 on the 24. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in three-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a two-point shot relevant these days.
Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocks it down from mid-range.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Now it's Harden at the controls. To Fareed. Short jumper won't go down. Beyond the arc for three. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
To Walker. And Jay, they call the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Kemba Walker matched up with P.J. Tucker. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Harden to Capella. Tosses. Flushes down the slam. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
To Miles Bridges. Here comes the screen. Walker. He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
James Harden trying to cash in. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Clint Capella, huge block. Make that 7.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Charlotte basketball. Walker. Driving right to the basket. Clint Capella with the block. 8 now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey, everyone. It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets could not have been more dominant in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Charlotte Hornets seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. The Hornets relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Houston Rockets were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively they were scoring from long range. The opposition couldn't make the necessary adjustments and now have to settle with a loss.
Player of the game.
James Harden gets rewarded for the way he provided his teammates with plenty of easy baskets. His assist total is certainly indicative of his clever playmaking.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
open, baby. Shoot that, shoot that. Green light. I am not going to miss all day. You open, pull the trigger. right, screen right, screen right. It's me, I got it.
shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
I got ball. I got mine. Y'all get yours. I got mine.
Get back in there. Get back in there. Try.
Take away both of his legs. He still got it.
One time. Here we go.
Good shot, boy. Hey, catch up. Let's go.
Match up. Local shooter. Same shot, same shot, same shot.
Like practice.
Play of the game.
Rio de Janeiro's favelas have seen some elite players here the whole time. Melo graced these courts back when he visited Rio with Team USA. Now's your chance to shine light on basketball in Brazil. Show the fans out here there's a lot to love about the sport and your game.
Professor Live.
What's up, everybody? Professor Live. Today we're going to be reacting to the one's impressive layup. Not something you often react to, but I got hit up a lot about it. Let's check it out together.
Rio de Janeiro's favelas have seen some elite players hit the hard time. Melo graced these courts back when he visited Rio with Team USA. Now's your chance to shine light on basketball in Brazil. Show the fans out here there's a lot to love about the sport and your game.
Watch that cut.